Welcome to this game of Mechabellum. As you can see here, I'm fighting against Jehamo, something like that. And my options: Typhoon, Missile, Fortified, and Cost Control Specialist. Looking here, I did have Missile spec with Void Eyes and Fire Badgers, so why not? And it starts with a good amount of HP, almost 5000. On my opponent's side, Quick Supply, Fire Badger, Marksman, and Supply Specialist. And looking here, I would probably go for either Marksman or maybe even Quick Supply. With this Quick Supply, you actually can start with 2 Fire Badgers. Since you start with 400, you can start with 3 Void Eyes, 2 Mustangs, and 3 Fire Badgers. Even if the Mustangs don't pair very well with the Fire Badgers. Not if you're going for Explosion or Fire. But you can see my plays are half bugged, which I actually find good. I can talk about it here, and it usually is not taking all the way to the end for my opponent to do everything he does at the middle of the timer, something like that. And you can see he went for the Marksman Specialist. I say that was good. Looking here, don't want to go into the Magnetic Barricade, so I am playing here. I'm putting my units very forward because I want the Rapid Fire Cannon to target my Fire Badgers. But I will put Crawlers on both sides. So it is a very delicate position. You see me grabbing Crawlers. Put one here. You can see it is close. It's saying it's going to target this one. Also Crawlers here. Divide. He sold his tower. So I put here because I was worried about this tower targeting my Fire Badgers. But it won't be a problem. And with this positioning here, my idea is that my Fire Badger will move just fast enough for it to target the Fire Badger before targeting the Crawlers, and it's what happens. So great positioning from me. Tower destroyed. And his shaft clear is sledges, which are not great shaft clears. You can see the Crawlers are attacking the sledges. Just now they got killed, all of them. But tower debuff. My opponent did went for a standard, so less than half of his army went for this side, but 1 full pack of sledges and 1 full pack of Crawlers. On this side I only lost my Crawlers. Every other unit, actually I lost to 1 Fire Badger. Here, Crawlers going for my other tower, but I do have the Rapid Fire Cannon defending. And can kill. So, Crawler's dead. 1 Crawler is still alive. Now it's dead. And just kill this sledge. So, great first turn. Lots of units alive and good amount of damage. Here, if I had no shaft clear, 2 arc lights, really good. Could be a good option for my opponent. I will go for the Phoenix because I don't have any anti-air right now. And I don't want to click air mode on my Void Eyes too soon. Especially because my opponent has a lot of marksmen, which can go aerial specialization. I don't know why my Crawlers are looking to this side when the closest unit is here. Strange. They also noticed during the game. Phoenix right in front. The idea is for it to move, kill it fast. And Missile here. Damage some sledges. kill this marksman, and if he put shaft behind his tower, it will also kill the shaft. Except I never use 2 missiles in the same turn because I want to spread them out and not end up wasting 2 missiles if my opponent get a lot of shields, which does happen. Charged shot on the Void Eyes, so I can kill the sledges faster, and the Arclight that I said my opponent would end up choosing because it is a good option. He had no good shaft clear. Sledges are not shaft clear. They just can shaft clear. And he ended up putting shaft here too. Stacked a lot of units, and my missile will be very good. The marksman damaged both Arclights and killed the full pack of crawlers. You can see that I put units on their side, so Fire Badger and Void Eye, they should be able to win the fight here. Even it's the same value as the opponent. It's a 200 cost and a 100 cost. And victory for me. And I used only half of my advantage as my specialist, when my opponent used full, because he just got his level 3 marksman. Here, heavy armor can be useful. You don't really need laser sight for voids, but my Fire Badgers can use a heavy armor. I also went for Scorching Charge now, since my opponent doesn't have a lot of DPS, which favors the stack. Missile here again, if he doesn't shield. Not thinking I am not going to throw the same missile at the same time twice, but I am. Fire Badger on his deep flank. Since he has no DPS in here, even if they are spawning this turn, they could still win against the Crawlers and the Arclight. And pulling the Arclight, I am reducing the amount of shaft clear to kill my shaft. Another Void Eye here. And that's how I can do this turn. My opponent ended up going for Dominion Core, which is not usual to see. And he will grab a Raiden to put the Dominion Core, which is a good target for the Dominion Core, one of the best. And unfortunately, we'll go for my deep flank Fire Badgers, so yeah, at least one will spawn and explode, so at least it will kill all his shaft here, and it's distracting his units. He sold the sledges here, since they were doing nothing. The fire is killing my own units. You can see. No, look at how many Void Eyes died to the fire. I lost like 2 full packs of Void Eyes here or more. To my own fire. He's Raiden. He's targeting them, so yeah, nothing that can kill it now. And it will survive and grab him the victory. I think it will it get a level? No level. So yeah, cheesed by the Raiden. And that healing my own Void Eyes was painful. It was more than 2 packs. It was almost 3 full packs of Void Eyes. Here, Electromagnetic Blast, maybe a bit too soon for that. It is expensive. Intensive trading can be useful, so that's what I'm going for. My opponent will also go for intensive trading. Supply enhancement, I think it's never worth it. It takes way too long to start to pay off and gives way too little. Super supply at round 4 is useful, but not that one. can see my Fire Badger got a level without me using the intensive training, so more than 2000 HP each. I will go for marksmans as an answer against his Raiden, so got a marksman, use an intensive training unit and aero specialization. And with that, he should be dealing practically 9000 damage per shot against air units. But my opponent did went for intensive training too and got a level to his Raiden. Even if it was close to leveling, he decided that it was worth it. And it also gets 100% more HP because of the item, so a lot of HP for this Raiden. He's using a missile, try to annoy my Fire Badgers, but one will still kill all his shot. The fire, oh no, the fire managed to kill the marksman. So once again, fire killing my own Void Eyes. So this time I got really annoyed by it and I will get them to the air next turn. You can see my units are doing great against his Raiden, but one shot. The cursed Raiden escaped by one shot. And I don't have any air unit left. So he will chase me with this Raiden once again. I still have a lot of HP, but it was getting on my nerves. No good option here for me, so I'll just skip. And air mode on the Void Eyes. I'm tired of them dying to fire. So now they are in the air. And they can shoot the Raidens, it's a plus. They are also immune to the spell. If my opponent goes for the incendiary bomb, they can't get hurt by it. So my marksman can. And the marksman is important. You can see it did 51,000 damage last turn. Top 1 on damage. I'll grab one more. Missile here again. One of my missiles is back. Actually, I had the missile last turn too, I think. No, not last turn. Only this one. This Fire Badger is doing good work, so it stays here. It's killing a full pack of crawlers and distracting his units. You can see how this sector is getting pulled. My opponent ended up waiting for the fire. He is shooting against my missile, so the missile will not do anything. And did grab one wasp this turn with what I had left of money. After getting my Void Eyes there, the fire will hurt my units, but the Fire Badgers don't care that much, and the marksmen are just now entering it, so it is slowly dying. This one didn't enter the fire. Unfortunately, my strongest marksman just died to the fire. Excellent Fire Badger exploding the tower, and my Void Eyes can target his air units. And with his main unit dying, everything dies. And if it was, almost everything of his army was already dead. He only had one extra raid and a few units on the ground, I think. But victory for me. And even if he grabbed a spell. Orbital bombardment, too good to pass, especially since he has wasps. He also have now, and I do expect him to put an orbital here. I will throw a missile here, the idea being to kill one marksman and one pack of crawlers. Shoot, protect both my marksmen, and getting this one to level 3. Even if it didn't manage to do anything last round. shield for the wasps, so they can annoy the Raidens even more and maybe survive the orbital. Shield won't help a wasp survive a lightning storm, but orbital, even without shield, sometimes they survive. Lucky based. You can see orbital here. Wasps is in here. So they arrive almost at the same time as those units. Second shield. My opponent ended up going for just one shield. Problem with my shield is my army is going forward. At least it's protecting my marksman. And as I said, my wasps end up surviving. This one lost his shield, the shield, but they are delaying the Raidens. Problem is, my ground got destroyed by the spell in here. This marksman was outside the shield now, so yeah, not a great round for me. The spell was kind of devastating. And he will survive with 3 Raidens, which is a lot of damage. Even more than 1,000. But I was confident that my build could work. I just needed more wasps. Here, none of those is good for me, but Tarantula is the most value. But the problem is you sell in 2 turns. Otherwise, Wraith would be the best one. You can get 450 selling this Wraith, considering the costs like grabbing it, and you can get 550 selling both Tarantulas here, so it's worth 100 more, but you need 2 turns, so there is a payoff. I end up going for the Tarantulas, selling one, putting the other right in front of my army, because it's a level 2 Tarantula, it has some HP, even if against this raid could 2-shot it. Level 3 Raiden with Dominion Core. And now I have a lot of money. You see me going for area specialization and range. And grabbing more wasps. He went for the Tarantula here. He also went for them. Sold one, put the other on my deep flank. But I do have the wasps in here. Speed, so I can get to his tower fast. Because my deep flank is still being annoying for him. Although now it's no longer. One shot at them and Electromag stopped them from exploding. Here, the wasps will fight against the Tarantula. And I do have a lot of wasps here. And my own wasps are anti-air, so they kill his wasps. You see that I won the air war. My Phoenix are level 3 already. My wasp managed to kill. Even if, look at the HP of this tower. The spider almost destroyed my tower before the wasps killed it. Tower above. Wasps and marksman locked on his unit, and when it dies, everything else dies. So, victory for me. They got a level here. And nuke. Man, it's hard to pass a nuke. Problem is, it's also good against me. Even if my wasps have a protection against nuke with an energy shield. You can see here, level 2 wasps now. Here, also level 2. We throw the nuke here. Although my opponent I can't quite kill it with a nuke. So I was just trying to get the most units I could with this nuke. Because nuke is 70,000 damage. And this Raiden has 100,000 HP. So I can't quite one-shot his army. Because if I kill these units, his army dies. But I can't kill it with just one nuke. And he will move, I think. Will beacon them out of the nuke. He's throwing a nuke here, where my army congregates. I do have the shields, still. They didn't get destroyed and stayed here. So they can protect my marksman. That's it, because everything else will move forward. I did forget about selling this spider on this turn. And I did grab speed, trying to move faster, once again. Use the nuke. My nuke did nothing. Because this army killed one of the Raidens, but did almost nothing compared to his nuke, which destroyed a lot of my army. But the Wasps had shield protecting them, and the Sparkman was locked on his Raiden, so even if the nuke didn't do much, my army is stronger than his army. Here we have Amplifying Core. Everything else here don't look good for me. Tank production could be good for him. I will put it on the Marksman, which is already a level 6 Marksman. So it does a lot of damage. You can see this, he actually does 90% more. Actually not 90% because there's 50 here and it's additive. So he does around 35,000 damage per shot against air. So he can put quite a dent on the opponent level 4 Raiden. Missile here again. And 4 tech wasps. Oh, my wasps are quite strong. He did wait for Shane to help him deal with my wasps. But it's not enough because I have a lot of them. And as soon as the wasp gets one shot on the Raiden, it loses its stacks. My opponent also has quite a few wasps, but he's not investing more into them, so he's losing the wasp wars. And it's what this game turned it into. If there is fire on the ground, you turn to the air. And let's see. This will go. My void eyes are also in there, so ignore the fire. It's only targeting my 5 badgers, which are not doing much. It's the fire killing his own crawlers in here. My wasps obliterated his wasps. This side here also destroying, going for the tower. Marksman is locked on his, and if dying, he only had one more still alive, but that's a lot of damage. And you don't fight wasps with Raidens. Needed to have started investing on his own wasps. At least I think you actually can fight wasps with Raidens if you had Fork instead of ionization here. Then you would be targeting 10 units per shot with the Shane together with Fork. Then maybe they could wasp clear, but since almost everyone runs ionization, this is not a possibility. Ionization is just way too good to not have it here against Titans. You get one Raiden ionization, which is very cheap. It's 100 when it's not the last tech. And the first shot it already does 50% of the enemy unit HP. So it is really good when on the right situation. But quite an interesting game. It's not always that you see someone go for Dominion Core. And I think that ended up being bad for him in the case that he focused way too much on the Raidens. He could have kept the Dominion Core Raiden here, giving him money, and it's a good unit against my ground, but he didn't need to invest on this many Raidens. Just having maybe 3 Raidens and started investing on his Wasps to fight my own Wasps would be a good idea. Or grab another unit that can fight Wasps. In this case, he could go for Fortress. Fortress with AA could be helpful for him. What else? Wraith would get destroyed. Mustangs, he was killing my 5 badgers before they could explode on top of his army, so maybe he could actually go for Mustangs this late and get them with range anti-air to kill my Wasps. But he didn't. And ended up losing, and I ended up with quite a bit of HP. But it was a fun game, and I hope you all enjoyed. And don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. I will see you on the next one.